It says I'm live, and I forgot to get my soda pop out of the fridge. So if anybody's there, I'll be right back. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Izzy. ITT. I'm here. Pardon my burp. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Cherokee girl. Thank you for coming over. Hi. Hi, Canadianess. I am. I'm having a great day. Thank you. I hope you are as well. Hi, Cotton Candy Boobs. You missed me, TT? You make me feel all warm and fuzzy. I did some uploads, but I know that's different than having the chat room and stuff. So can you guys hear me? I'm feeling really well, Lisa Jones. How about you, sweetheart? Elizabeth Lander, your friend dropped off a kitten that needs bottle fed late last night. Ugh, honey, I know. It's like having a baby. I know. I've hand raised a number of orphaned. Yes, I'll be frank. It's lip locked no more. And you're under my spell, so you have no choice but to come and watch me live. I missed Sleuth Mom live this morning. I'm going to have to catch a rewatch. Hi, Prissy Missy. You're muddy. Why are you muddy? Thank you, Carrie, for letting me know that I'm not just... Hi, Tammy Grimes. Lisa, you had seizures yesterday, honey? Hi, Where the Wind Blows. I'll be frank, and don't forget I have loads of gadgets. I have one right here, as a matter of fact. Is the ambient music too loud in the background? Hi, Sleuth Mom. I'm sorry I missed you live, honey. I'm going to catch you on rewatch. Tammy Crimes, I'm sorry if I missed saying hi to you, sweetie. Maggie B, hi, darling. Hi, Donna Odom. I love you too, Tammy Crimes. Hi, Rosa Leaf. That's right, I'll be frank. It's not the whole gang of misfits. We're missing a few misfits. But you fit right in with the misfits, so it's a good fit with the misfits. Hi, Cat's Eye. But I wanted to ask Lisa, let's scroll back up a little bit. Lisa, honey, I don't want to be too personal. Do you mind if I ask what causes your seizures? It's totally cool if you don't. I don't want to be nosy, but I do care. Hi, Dazed and Confused. I'm not seeing anybody complaining about the volume of the ambient music in the background. So I love our family in here too, Izzy Rose. Lisa, loud noises and stress lights. Well, sweetie, I do have, Lisa, does the ambient music bother you? Some people are a little bit annoyed by ambient because it's fine. Okay. I was going to say, we'll turn it off if it's ambient is nice, Maggie. Okay. It's Brian Eno. Y'all know I'm old. And so I still have CDs. I know. Of course, I also have a box out in the dry part of the barn with cassette tapes. I also have records. My oldest boy, Prissy Missy, you still have 8 tracks. There may be a few somewhere. I don't think so, but we're really, I'll be frank. Yes, I do still have a pet dinosaur. I I was I acquired it as a very, very young Methuselah. Y'all know I am the Methuselah of YouTube, right? Yeah, Maggie B. Hi, Blue Eyes Webster. Records, I know. And if you remember records, you remember, just, well, you remember analog as opposed to digital. You remember white noise and pink noise and the sound of the needle dropping onto the groove and delicately picking it up and trying to place it on your very favorite song, maybe. Yes, Sleuth Mom, I do. I have a pterodactyl, and he's just a few months or years, actually. I'm sorry, I almost lied to you guys. He's just a few years younger than I. Hi, Tracy. Oh. Well, Elizabeth, honey, I wish you the very, very best of luck. I do understand where you're coming from um, with having a kitten that needs bottle feeding. And I hope if you haven't studied it, and you may already know, so I don't want to bore you with it, but they need to be, you literally need to wrap a warm, put a dry washcloth in the microwave just for like 20 seconds, maybe, so it feels comfy, and wrap it around the baby even while you're feeding it, actually. Make sure you hold the baby upright with the bottle up, and please make sure that, like a little baby, don't pat it like burping, but just rub, 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 and then take it straight to a litter box, a clean one, and have some wipes, moist wipes on nearby, and well, it's cat care, so I'm just going to say it. You need a mother cat after nursing would naturally stimulate the genitalia of the kitten in order to get it to urinate and have a bowel movement. And so you need to really gently rub it, little under parts, and put it in a litter box. And if it gets out, do it a couple of times, and it won't take but a couple of times, and it'll go in the litter box. This is your first one. Your dog hasn't been here. Oh, I've never had that joy that experience of, I love dogs, but where we live is just not, um, we're not fenced. The road that runs on the south side of our house is, it's not a main thoroughfare, but it is heavily traveled because there's a high level woodworking place right up the road. They build cabinetry and stuff for famous people to put their trophies in, believe it or not. We won't go down that rabbit hole. So there are trucks and whatnot that come through. But to close that out, I've never had that joy, but I do love watching videos, and so does Bob, my hubby, animal videos, and we love the interaction of species videos, like, dogs raising cats and deer with a squirrel and stuff. So, well, it looks like we've got a nice little crew in here. And if you notice the title, um, we're going to talk about baby Kennedy Hoyle, her mother Danielle Hoyle, and the man who has been charged with the murder of each. His name is Brandon Isabelle. I'm really hoping, and I've had it in my head this morning, I am going to turn the ambient down just a hair. I feel like I have to talk really loudly. Oops, it's the wrong gadget, I'll be frank. Sorry, guys. Now I have two gadgets, I'll be frank. Excuse me. Y'all, I'm glad this camera only shows down to my waistline, because this top is a short top. And I looked in the full mirror in the bathroom a while ago. Old Lip Lock Nemours put on a little bit of weight around the middle over the winter. I'm going to have to start mowing when I don't need to mow, because it's my only. Thank you, Tammy, for liking and sharing. Is that you have a busy street and your big dog has a collar that doesn't go to the. But honey, I just worry so much about it, and I've got enough. But I know y'all didn't come here necessarily to talk about pets and animals and rescue, but y'all know we're cat rescuers. So it's always back here somewhere. But I do have two packages that equal like 4 servings of puppy chow and dog chow, just in case. And we have a very strict leash law here in my town in Heber Springs, Arkansas. And by strict, I don't mean like the main dog catcher guy. What I mean is it is enforced. And we have neighbors that, and not everybody's retired, and there are people who go to work and the dog is like in the yard and somehow, it gets out. So I'm like, I have the cell phone number of the animal control officer. And he recognizes my number when it pops up. But I keep the dog and puppy food because, if they're hungry. And also it kind of helps keep them close to me until our animal control officer can get here, which doesn't take him too long because I live like 6 blocks from the police station. And I live right across the creek from the sheriff's department as the crow flies. Okay, darlings, let me get back. Of course, chat away, but I'm going to talk to you. What I was going to say before I made that last digression, and hopefully this will be the last digression, about Brandon Isabelle. I also, on the occasion, discuss a young missing man here in Arkansas, in Jonesboro, Arkansas, by the name of Brandon Blansett. So please, you know how sometimes so if I mess up and say Brandon Blansett, Carrie, or somebody, hi, Checking Convictions, hi, Coffee K, hi, Susie, to anyone, please, somebody tag me and say, hey, you're saying Blansett, because we're talking about Brandon Isabelle, a suspect. Well, he's been charged. But because I haven't done a live on this before, I've only done a couple of pre-recorded uploads when the case, I don't like using the word case. It's an old habit because of my former association with law enforcement taking statements and transcribing them, as well as having been a news director and a reporter. I have a tendency to still use the word case. It's not improper or unethical, but it's sort of, now that I'm old and I'm a grandma and a great grandma, and we're talking about children and babies and young people, case kind of dehumanizes the people involved. So I hope no one is offended by it if I use the word case. And I do try to mostly replace, where it will make sense, pronouns with proper names. Just, okay. Now, before we start looking at, I have 3 tabs pulled up. I have one of the original reports, father charged in shooting death. I have a newer these are news reports. Brandon Isabelle pleads not guilty. We're going to learn that he did confess. And I also have pulled up the map of where Danielle Hoyle's body was discovered in Memphis, Tennessee. I would like to remind viewers and chatters that this is not only an open investigation, because the body of 2-day-old Kennedy Hoyle has not been found, nor has the murder weapon, to the best of my knowledge. So we have an open investigation. We also have an upcoming trial of a man who has confessed to a crime and now has pled not guilty. So this is delicate. So I'm going to do my very best to stick to the facts as we know them, as presented by law enforcement through reliable news sources. And I would lovingly and respectfully ask our chatters and any commenters on Rewatch a couple of things. When you give your opinion or speculate on what you think could be going on, please make it clear that that is what you are doing. And even more important than that, Danielle Hoyle, Kennedy's mother. Kennedy has a surviving older sister who is a minor. Danielle has a surviving mother. Kennedy has a surviving grandmother in Memphis. Please, please be thoughtful, compassionate, considerate, and kind. For them, just in case they see this, okay? I don't like to dirty delete comments in chat. I don't dirty delete videos. I've privated a few on request by people who were instrumentally involved in whatever that video was. I've privated a few. And I'd really rather not have to do that to any of my viewers or commenters if it's possible. So if we can just be thoughtful towards the surviving family of Danielle Hoyle and baby Kennedy Hoyle. Okay. Now, thank you, Susie, to anyone. I do want y'all to know that my respiration is up a little bit because it is my first time to address this live. And when I have done the pre-recorded videos, you'll know how emotional I can become. I can become overcome by sorrow and my passion. So, trigger warning, we are going to be discussing not only a double homicide, but a 2-day-old baby. So it's when I've done the uploads, I've literally like had to stop and start again, and still would kind of get this trembly thing going. Hi, Chief B. I'm taking good care of myself, Chief B. Except for this hi cracking asses. I'm so glad you're doing well, baby. After that heart attack, thank you, Cherokee Girl, for the trigger warning. Chief B, I'm taking really good care of myself, except over the winter I ate too many peanut M&Ms and chocolate dipped pretzels because I have developed a muffin top, and I didn't know that I had it until this morning because it's the first time I've put on a short top since like last fall. So, okay. Let me take just a deep breath. Let me turn on my secondary screen, which is gone black on me here. I'm going to get rid of, oops, no. Sorry. But I'm nervous. And I don't have stage fright. Y'all know me. I mean, good Lord, I've performed publicly as a vocalist in front of 14,000 people, give or take. So I don't get stage fright. No, it's talking about this baby. And I want to handle it with dignity and respect and integrity. So I'm nervous about it. Okay, got me a secondary screen here now. Yes, Donna Odom, my heart breaks for Danielle Hoyle's mother and for Danielle's other daughter, the minor sister of baby Kennedy Hoyle. Okay, I think I've got it where I can see what you darlings are seeing. And I know I probably don't need to say this. Everybody in here has been in many chat rooms. Oops, I just heard a kitty knock something down, but we'll let it go for now. So I'm going to pull up father charged in shooting death, give the credit and read it. While I'm doing that, I won't be able to see your chat. So. You know me, I always wait on that delay just to make sure it's there. I want to give full credit for this news report to WEAU ABC Channel 13 News. Father charged in shooting death of girlfriend, tossing 2-day-old baby in river. This article is by Emily Van de Reet. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And the WMC staff. It was published February the 9th of 2022 at 3:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. Dateline, Memphis, Tennessee. Trigger warnings, darlings, especially if you're not familiar with this case. A man has been charged in the murder of his 27-year-old girlfriend and their 2-day-old daughter in Memphis. Brandon Isabelle, 25, has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of Danielle Hoyle and baby Kennedy Hoyle. According to Memphis police, Isabelle initially admitted to shooting Hoyle and throwing the baby into the Mississippi River. But he pleaded not guilty in court Monday. An affidavit obtained by WMC shows the investigation began on February 1st when an officer was looking for possible stolen vehicles when he found a car with the driver's side window broken out. The officer ran the plates and discovered the vehicle belonged to Hoyle, to Danielle. Police contacted Hoyle's family, who said they had not heard from her since she left the house earlier that day with her 2-day-old daughter. This is Kennedy. Hi, Aggie Willette. I'm sorry, sweeties. I'm trying. I'm going to do this for this baby's grandmother and sister. Okay. Yes, Donna Odom. She's a beautiful baby. Beautiful. Her mother was beautiful. Her sister is beautiful. Okay. Let's go on. The caption under the baby's picture says, police say Brandon Isabelle admitted to throwing Kennedy Hoyle, a 2-day-old infant, into the Mississippi River And you can see the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is credited here. And that is the effect that they used in the initial reports. Okay, let's go on. The report says that while officers were speaking with Hoyle's family, first responders discovered Hoyle, that's Danielle, lying off the road to this. Throw up trigger warnings, darlings. I know you will, but just as a loving reminder, please. She, Danielle, was pronounced dead on the scene, and the baby was nowhere to be found. Hoyle's boyfriend, Isabelle, who is Kennedy's father, was quickly determined to be a possible suspect and was taken into custody. Officers said he admitted to luring Danielle Hoyle to the area and shooting her. He also admitted to taking the baby out of the car and throwing her into the river, according to the report. Mic check. Mic check. And it's lagging. I don't know what's going on. how long have we had no sound? Darlings, I may have to shut this one down and begin again. You can hear me, but the lag is really bad. Okay, let me try to refresh. Okay, I refreshed, that got rid of the lag. Oh, darlings, could you not hear me reading the article? Oh, so you didn't hear me reading any of the article, but you could see it, right? Okay. All right, I'm gonna try again. Okay, my signal seems to be going in and out. Are we about, let me look out the window and see if I'm sorry, darlings. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's a gift from above because I was getting really emotional. Okay, Carrie says you heard lost sound at finding the mama. Okay, we may be about to have a storm. If you lose me, I'll come back on my phone and do my best to just read it. I really want to share this with you. I'm going to look out the window and see if there's a storm coming. Oh, y'all, it is like really super cloudy. I have been doing other things and I hadn't really paid attention since earlier this morning. Okay, we've got sound. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to try to go back to the article and pick up where I left off. If we Okay, if something happens and we drop out, I'm going to do my best to look at your chat on here and look to see if we've lost sound again. Yeah, Maggie B, storms are a brewing. I'm going to prop you up over here on my stack of Summer Moon Utah wells. Okay, let me try to go back to it. Thank you all for being so very patient. Share screen. Okay, I'm going to wait just a second and let you guys tell me if you hear me. What is Frank doing? Frank's not, Maggie B, Mimi, Frank is not even allowed to plead not guilty over here. Okay, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, Blue Eyes, you can hear me. Okay. Okay, darling. So thank you so much. I'll try to keep glancing over, but we're almost finished with this article, but I've got another one I want to share with you, and I want to look at the map with you guys. And I'm awful with maps. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start right where we're highlighted. Okay. While officers were speaking with Hoyle's family, first responders discovered Hoyle, Danielle, lying off the road near the vehicle with a gunshot wound to the head. She was pronounced dead on the scene, and the baby was nowhere to be found. Hoyle Isabelle, who is Kennedy's father, was quickly determined to be a possible suspect and was taken into custody. Officers said he admitted to luring Hoyle to the area and shooting her. He also admitted to taking the baby out of the car and throwing her into the river, according to the report. He also said he tossed the gun he used to shoot Danielle Hoyle into the river. Now, this is probably where the good Lord above or the powers that be in the universe lost audio because I was doing a sidebar. Or maybe YouTube said this is too much, but I haven't been able to find a report, and I think I can say it now without. Okay. I haven't been able to find, hi Tiny Dancer, any report where Brandon Isabelle tells whether or not he took the life of the baby before he threw her into the Mississippi River. So we don't know, or at least I don't know, if the baby was still alive when he threw her in. Allegedly. Now that he's pled not guilty, allegedly threw her in. But he has been charged. No, I'll be frank, you are not a behavior, and you know you're not. Oh, Carrie, honey, if you have one, Aggie Willette is a mod for Crime Lines and Lies with Brooks. Honey, would you please drop a link for Crime Lines and Lies? Excellent channel, fact-driven with a lot of excellent opinion and speculation and expounding on the facts. And she always is very okay, only bigger, a lot bigger. Okay. I didn't mean any disrespect there. But I kind of needed a little, I needed a laugh. So thanks, Brooks, even though you don't know, honey. And love in your chat room gave me a sense of smile. All right. Okay. Hoyle's mother, April Campbell. Now that's Danielle's mother, the grandmother of baby Kennedy and baby Kennedy's older. Campbell said the family never met Isabelle, despite him being Kennedy's father. Campbell said she first locked eyes with Isabelle while he was before a judge in the courtroom. Now, viewers, it is very difficult, and I want to admit to my viewers right up, no barred. As a former news director and reporter, it is inappropriate for me to use intonation that, however, I am a news director and I'm no longer a news reporter. I am a missing persons advocate on YouTube, and I also cover, well, I started covering this one because the baby was missing because of my geographical proximity to Memphis, Tennessee. This report came up, it boop, boop on my phone. So I knew about it while it was going, like real time. while it was going on. I don't feel that I'm being unethical when I characterize things in a certain way, when I'm reading a news article now, because I'm an opinion and commentary as well as. So I want to make it clear that if I were still news media as a reporter, it would be make those little sidebars and caveats and side remarks. But I'm not. I'm an old retired lady, and I'm a grandma, and I do have very strong emotions about this case. So it's not going to be particularly easy for me to refrain from characterizing. Hi, Misdemeanor. Petty Ponytail, if I missed you earlier. Hi, Brianna. Welcome over, Brianna. Brianna, honey, don't you mod for cracking cases? Is that right? I don't want to get it wrong. I'm becoming a robot now. Okay, let me finish this article and then get off a screen share. I could be overtaxing my computer. The grandmother said, you can cry so much, tears don't even come down your eyes anymore. I haven't slept. I haven't slept. Investigators are still looking for baby Kennedy's remains in the river. Hoyle also leaves behind a 10-year-old daughter. Okay, am I still a robot? Okay, Carrie, honey, or one of the mods, if you would, please drop a link for cracking cases. We have Brianna is one of their fine mods, is visiting with us today. Hi, Fruit Loop. Fruit Loop, I'll be frank, is in here. Am I still robotic, babies? Yes, Cindy O'Terry, it's incredibly sad. And I truly am. I'm glad that my audio dropped out a while ago because I was getting too emotional to be, I don't want to trigger my audience. Donna, you're saying, no, I'm not robotic, or Fruit Loop, no, he's not behaving. As a matter of fact, I think I'll use one of my gadgets and restart the ambient music now that we're back. Okay, I'm going to close out that tab and see if that helps us a little bit. Babies, I still use Windows 7 Professional. And my computer is an old Dell Intel Core 2 Duo inside. So we're lucky that I can even have. No, Brianna, I'll be frank, never behaves. Cindy, honey, it's really, look, it's so, oh, I was going to start again. The ambient music seems to kind of help me. So, Fruit Loop, okay, Donna, thank you, honey, that I'm no longer, and thank you, Carrie, for dropping the link. Where the Wind Blows, I love Windows 7. I'm so, it's something that happens not only when you get old like me, babies, this thing where you kind of get comfortable. It's not complacency. You don't ever want to fall in, let's kind of, let me talk about something else for a minute, and then we'll see if we can pull up another article. You know me, I got to philosophize on something. Kathy, yes, sorry if I missed you earlier, darling. Hi, Lisa Irwin. Hi, MB. Complacency is when you become so comfortable in your surroundings and not only physically, but where you are. And this is the important part of complacency, darlings, and you know how I am with words. If you become complacent, you are so comfortable with where you are that you do not see impending danger. I don't mean being attacked from the back by a mountain lion or being stepped on by a baby dinosaur. It can be the danger of a closed mind. Or it could be the danger of sitting in front of a window when there's an open shooter in the neighborhood. You see where I'm coming from? That's complacency. Hi, daughter of Scotland. And I was going to make a point about that insofar as me being comfortable. Oh, with my Windows 7. It's not just about being old, but because of where I am, I'm a baby boomer. I'm at the getting close to the tail end of that baby boomer thing. So I lived what is more than an entire lifetime for some people in the analog age. So for me to even be comfortable being on here doing this, darlings, this is the Jetsons cartoon for me. Not our content, not our channel. I mean the technology. This is Meet George Jetson, his boy Elroy, daughter Judy, Jane, his wife. You know, hi, Gypsy Soul. Yeah, baby boomers. Sleuth Mom, I can't believe. Hi, Rianne. I can't believe, Sleuth Mom, why did you let I'll Be Frank out of the basement without cookies when you... Oh, where the wind blows. Oh, Lord. I know. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Work hard all my life. It's not the end of the show. I shouldn't be singing. I want to talk a little bit more about this baby. Hi, Tiny Dancer. We need cookies. We need cookies where the wind blows. I have cookies, but I don't share well with YouTube chat room live stream stalkers who accuse me when he is clear across the Atlantic Ocean of having gadgets. Just because I have remote controls and earphones, I could put the earphones on and even pretend to be listening through them and not even be. So, okay, honeys, let's see if I can... I'm going to try to pull up this article where he's pleading not guilty. I'm going to keep my eyes on the chat because I like to substantiate, especially in a first live about something. I know you guys believe me that the guy's pled not guilty. You notice I refer to Brandon Isabelle as that guy. Look, I'm a grandma. I'm putting myself, whoop, here we go, commentary. I'm a grandmother and a great-grandmother. I have 4 great-grandchildren and 8 grandchildren. My headspace is where Ms. Campbell's headspace likely is. And because I have a granddaughter... Well, no, because it would be a little bit, because I have a son with more than one child. If one of those children were to be murdered, I would be the mother, if my son y'all see where I'm coming from. It doesn't need to be, I'm getting blah, because I'm getting pissed off because I don't like Brandon Isabelle. I'm pretty sure that the first time Mrs. Campbell locked eyes in the courtroom with Brandon Isabelle, so yes, I will be going off the deep end, unpredictably as usual. It's just how I am, baby dolls. It's just how I am. It's if I get too much for anybody, it doesn't hurt my feelings or anything. If you change the channel, it really does. It doesn't. But anyway, so let me see if I can share this article. I'm going to try to see. Yeah, I can only, where the wind blows, imagine her anger. I can't even imagine. I don't know what I would have done. I can imagine what I would have done in her shoes. I don't want to. All right. I'm going to here get this, this POS's face. I'm trying not to cuss, y'all, on lives. I love you the way you are too, Gypsy Soul. Okay, y'all let me know if I get robotic-y. Get robotic-y, then we'll... it's buffering on the video, but I don't want to watch the video. Rianne, you have 2 grandchildren and a baby great-granddaughter of 4.5 months. I have 3 great-grandsons, and the youngest, honey, of my great-grandchildren is a granddaughter, and they live in Oklahoma, and she was born right before the pandemic, and I've never met her. I mean, things just haven't, y'all know how it is when your babies have babies and then their babies have babies, and just like we did when we were having babies, we know lives. Okay, now I'm not going to try to do this whole thing. I'm just going to confirm here to you guys that according to, because I really don't, we'll focus on Brandon Isabelle another day. I mean, I want to include him because of who he is, but I can feel my ire beginning to rise, and I don't want to become overly passionate. So I just want to show you, to substantiate from Channel 24, full credit to them, by the way. The headline here reads that Brandon Isabelle pleads not guilty to murder of 2-day-old child, Kennedy Hoyle, mother. Isabelle's attorney confirmed the not guilty plea, citing possible police coercion into admission of guilt. Hoyle's body has not been found. Okay, I'm getting, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. With that, just that report. Hoyle's body has not been found. Who Hoyle? News people, to whom I've just given full credit, coming from a former television news director and reporter. Who Hoyle's body has not been found? We know Kennedy Hoyle's body was found, and we know baby Kennedy Hoyle's body has not been found, because we, being me and my chat, ooh, look how mad I'm getting, So please allow me on your behalf, ABC News Channel, to clarify. 2-day-old Kennedy Hoyle's body has not been found. Y'all, I'm telling you, when I worked for a small television station in north central Arkansas, in Mountain Home, Arkansas, in the early mid 80s. It's a good thing that I was also the anchor person for the news. I had a co-anchor, a guy named Gary, but, and a weather guy and a sports guy, typical setup. But as news director, had one of my reporters said that on a live broadcast news, Hoyle's body has not been found, without having clarified everything I just rattled off, they would have gotten a written reprimand in their personnel file with Human Resources directly from me. Especially when it comes to these things. It is absolutely, yes, baby. Where the wind blows, a 2-day-old fits in the palms of your hands. I've got all of the notebooks and my notes that I've got sent. This is all summer. I've been going back to the beginning with summer in my off time, whatever that means. Baby, somewhere I have got written down Kennedy's weight, and I don't want to misspeak it. I don't want to She was tiny. She was a newborn. She's a 2-day-old baby. Her car seat was found beside a dumpster in a Walmart parking lot. And this guy, if y'all can go back on my channel, if you're of a mind to, I've done a couple of pre-recorded uploads on this. It would be back in February because that's when it started. I'll see if I can find them and maybe like repost them on our community tab, maybe would be the place. And it would kindly get you where I was and where the reports were in the beginning. But in those reports, I actually tell you from the TBI, the baby's, that she has brown hair and brown eyes. And I don't want to misreport anything. To the best of my recollection, let me clarify it like that. To the best of my recollection, oh, honey, I can't bring myself to misspeak on the baby's length. I mean, I almost said height. She's 2 days old. It's not height. It's length. I mean, I don't remember. It's been so many years since I've had a little one going to a pediatrician. I honestly don't remember, but seems to me like we, at least at home, you've got your baby scale that's got the little ruler on the side of it where you weigh your own baby. And we measured me and my baby's daddies had our babies, we measured them by length until they could walk. And when they could stand up, and then we would measure them in height. And I wish I could remember. And I'm afraid that if I try to pull something up, I'll push the wrong button. And no, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try something. I hope I don't lose you. If I do, I love you. And I'll come back on live later. I hope I'm still where you guys can see me. I really, really hope you guys can still see me. Okay, hang on. Okay, you guys do still see me, right? Okay. Cotton candy boobs, honey, I am so inexperienced at this that what I'm looking for is something that will remind me of this baby's. I know y'all can't see what I'm looking at, babies, and I'm starting to lag. Hi, Dazed. 17 inches long, 6 pounds. What I did was, honey, what I was looking at there, in case anybody, all I did was put in my Google search bar Kennedy Hoyle, and then I scrolled down to where you find images, and then I clicked view all images, and I scrolled until I found the poster that I believe it was used at the vigil, at the funeral for the mother. Hi, Days 276. Okay. Every time I share something, we go to lagging, and I don't know why, because over here on my hard drive or the tower or whatever you call it, I'm showing that I have, well, actually, I'm varying between down here when I look at my monitor. I'm going like from 3.5 bars on my Wi-Fi up to 4. So we're doing this. That's what's happening. And I think I just heard a little thunder. 6 pounds and 17 inches. Thank you, Carrie, for confirming. So yes, darlings, 6 pounds. $17. Hang on, I'll be right back. I want a visual. I'll be right back. Well, I can't reach my sewing box. Hang on. This pillow is 15 inches. 17 inches. Okay. Where my thumb is, I know y'all know 17 inches, but just because one of our viewers brought out being able to hold in 2 hands. And this son of a bitch allegedly threw her into the Mississippi River. Forget all this. From here to here. Really, Mr. Isabelle? Really? Really? Okay. I'm going to try Just briefly to share with you before we say goodbye, to show you, daughter Scotland, what, darling, your summer star was 3 pounds 15 ounces when she was born. Preemie baby. It's a beautiful name. Did you say summer star? So, hi, Guilty Knowledge. We want to remember with the other things that I asked you guys at the beginning when we talk about this, that technically speaking, baby Kennedy Hoyle is also a missing person. No one has asked me, but if they were to do so, do I think she'll ever be found? No, I don't. I have crossed the mighty Mississippi River countless times as an Arkansan, traveling to Memphis and destinations east and south. It's wide, it's deep, it's muddy, it moves fast, and it flows into the Gulf of Mexico. And I don't think the baby's body would even make it that far. I'm using common sense, not expertise. I have no expertise in that. Yes, Cindy O'Terry, isn't Summer Star a beautiful name? I love it. Okay. But what I want to do is, if I can, I'm going to turn that fan, the fan's blowing straight on me. I had to move it to get through the door. I like the air circulating when the humidity is high like it is in Arkansas today. And I realize every time I get up, y'all can see my muffin top. I've never had one. I don't know how to get rid of it. And so maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe I don't. Okay. Pardon the cough. I've got a little tickle. I want to try to show you the map of where Brendan Isabelle allegedly, although admittedly, lured Danielle Hoyle. We don't know why. Oh, what I was going to say about the earlier uploads I did on this case. I will also, I'll sometime today or this evening, I'll go back into my content and I'll find the Kennedy Hoyle that I've done. And I should probably put them in a playlist for one thing. I'm really bad about not doing playlists. And I'll post them to our community tab. Does that work? Will that work like that? For anybody that hasn't seen them? Because in there will be other information. Like Danielle told her mother that she was taking Kennedy to the hospital for some sort of a test. We find out at some point that Mrs. Campbell, Danielle Hoyle's mom, and Danielle actually were in communication with one another, and that Danielle told her mother, Mrs. Campbell, that she had just arrived at the hospital and was getting Kennedy out of the car. But it was in the evening. It's like, I want to say it was like at 7 p.m. that she's taken the baby for a test. Brandon, Isabelle has other baby mamas. Let's see, when it first happened, like when it came across my phone, I Googled him. When his name first appeared on the scene, I Googled him, and his Facebook page, like within like that evening, right? He gets arrested and his Facebook page is wiped. I found 2 pictures of him. But he was already under arrest, as best as I can recall. He's already in custody. And when did his Facebook page get wiped? I'm curious about. But see, again, we got to be, because this is serious shit here. This is serious business. And we don't want to in any way on our channel or in our chat or comments or anything do or say anything that would hinder due process in the court of law. Not only for him, for the accused, but, to my personal way of thinking, for justice for Mrs. Campbell, Mrs. Campbell's 10-year-old granddaughter, and Danielle Hoyle and Kennedy Hoyle. I want them to have justice. And so that means that we may, I don't know, since I started covering this when it happened back then, hadn't said a whole lot about it since, but I have been like going back because Summer and Michael Monkey Vaughn and Angel Nicole Overstreet and Serenity Ann McKinney and Harmony Montgomery, Lena, Kadar, the other Brandon, and because police had this man in custody and he admitted to it, I thought, well, we'll just let the audience, we'll give them updates. Well, then he goes and pleads not guilty. I know I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but so there's going to be a trial. If there's going to be a trial, since I've started with the beginning, I almost feel like I want to follow through. What do y'all think? Yeah, Tammy Crimes, I heard he had a wife too. I read somewhere he's got a wife, that there's a wife too. And also that he had a new girlfriend. Okay, let's make it clear what I'm saying. This is all was in news reports, but I'm not reading you the news reports. I'm spouting off the top of my head what I remember reading 2.5, 3 months ago. Okay. But what I remember reading and would be in the other videos I've done was that he not only had a wife, but he's also got a new girlfriend who ain't too happy that he's got a 2-day-old baby. Like there's some jealousy going on here. And maybe, just maybe, what has she got to do with it? Has she somehow influenced? For now. But I kind of feel like I want to keep following this through. I beg your pardon, it's my soda pop. I think I'm going to keep, I may not do it in a live if you guys don't want to do it in a live, but I think I'm going to keep up with this one in regards to the trial and what's going on there. Tammy Crimes is saying, I think we should follow through to make sure justice is done. Okay, we got one vote there saying, yeah. So on this channel, I'll do my best to keep us updated with what's going on. Kathy S., what are you saying to us, darling? So many innocent missing and deceased. It is just horrible. Prayers for the family of them. I am blessed that I'm not living their nightmare. Yeah, oh, Kathy, beautifully said. Beautiful sentiments, and thank you for saying it. Okay, Maggie's saying, yeah. Where the wind blows, we'll keep up with it. Don't care. I try to keep up with you. Yeah, where the wind blows, honey, you support so many different really good channels, like all of y'all. But, where the wind blows is a solid sub and viewer on so many different channels that try to help keep awareness. Y'all, all of you have heard me make this disclaimer before, but for somebody that might catch this in years to come or tonight on a rewatch, I do not now, nor have I ever held any illusion whatsoever that I will actually find any of these children. I'm an old 70-year-old woman up in the Arkansas Ozark Hills. But I want to do something meaningful with these later years of my life. My mother lived to be 93 years old and still had all 8 cylinders kicking up here. She just got wore out physically. What I'm saying with that is, who knows? Good Lord. YouTube streets, watch out. This old lady could live another 23 years. Holy crap. And, when I was little bitty and I heard about the story of the Napier and the Cantrell boy up where my mama was born and my older siblings were raised, and I lived where I was a baby up around Calico Rock in Norfolk, Arkansas. Those 2 boys went missing. And it was years and years. My family knew their families. The boys had been at my house the night before they went missing. My brother saw them. My brother and his pals were out throwing baseball, throwing ball, playing catch, playing pitch, whatever the hell you want to call it. When the Cantrell and the Napier boy walked by, and it was a Sunday. They were playing ball after church. And those 2 boys, young teenagers, went walking by. And my brother and his friends and the other one said, hey, y'all, come on and play ball with us. Now, I don't remember this out of my own memory. I was a little girl. But I've heard it told off and on all my life until everybody that's older than me died. But so I've grown up with this story of these 2 boys that their friends call out to them, come on, play ball with us. And they're like, no, we're headed to Calico. We're going to walk down to Calico. Back then, everybody, you could walk hither to yon, town to town on the state highway and not ever really worry about anything. And it was years and years and years later that some Boy Scouts were out on a field trip. And one of the Boy Scouts found the leather belt with the Cantrell boy's name still stamped into the leather, rotted down to almost nothing. Long story short, they get a hold of law enforcement. They reach trace steps they had taken years before after the Cantrell boy's mother identifies that it was her son's belt. And they found their bodies, their skeletons, with the Napier boy's head crushed in Bergman's Cave near Calico Rock, Arkansas, where there was a stream that flows under a wall in the cave, and they were behind the wall. So I've grown up with this family connection to these two missing boys. The case was never solved. So there's a lot of reasons that I do this. I'm sorry I kind of went off on a thing there, but it makes me want to follow this. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's why I am not, nor will I ever be monetized. If you're new here, and I'm not throwing shade, I make this disclaimer. Oh, that it was a disclaimer. But folks with memberships and monetized channels and stuff, it's none of my business. I have opinions for the most part, other than calling out Bullhorn Betty last night with the t-shirt thing at the vigil for summer on the 15th of June. I don't hardly ever say anything about money unless I do a pre-recorded calling somebody out once in a great while. But y'all, I just cannot. I know there are those that say, I mean, you know, like Cher has said, not to me privately, we don't communicate, you know, privately or behind the scenes, but she said on one of her lives, you know, YouTube is making money off of you anyway. You might as well get your 35 to 45% of it. No, I will not. Not with what I talk about. Like I've said before, if I was talking about how to grow onions or flip pancakes, or that'd be one thing, but I'm not. And I cannot in good conscience throw shade or diss other people for making money off of missing children and then sit here and do it myself. I just can't. It's unethical. It's hypocritical. And I ain't saying I ain't never been one, but I just don't want to be one on that. So, but because of what we talk about, there will never be any kind of monetization here. There's no memberships, no PayPals. I've had people that want to do good, nice things. They're good-hearted people. And they're like, well, if you just had, no. So, I'll tell you what, I've been going on an awful long time, and I do not want to use up my StreamYard like I have before last month, but I am going to try to at least show you on the maps without going into great detail. We will do it on the next time we talk about this case. Okay, this map is of the area in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm looking to see if I just want to make sure that you got that I'm not like yeah, Memphis is huge, baby, and I'm going to zoom in on this. I'm just looking over at chat on my phone because of the problems we've been having every time I share. I'm going to take this part down, and I want to zoom in just for a moment to show you kiddos where this guy, now I'm not good with maps like others are, so hang with me. I'm going to try to get it in the middle of the screen. This is where Brandon Isabelle allegedly, but by his own admission, lured Danielle Hoyle to. Can you see my cursor? Running east and west is East Levi Road. Running north and south is Sedgwick Street. Sedgwick. Okay? At their juncture is where her car was found and her body nearby with the gunshot wound to the head, fatal gunshot wound. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more because I want to show you, and it probably has nothing to do with it, but it just, y'all know me and how I can get on a high horse. I just want you to see the businesses there, which makes me wonder, Mr. Isabelle, how often did you frequent them? And if you did frequent them, did you go there after you allegedly shot and killed Danielle Hoyle, the mother of your 2-day-old baby Kennedy? Because right here what we have is the Quarter Boys Clubhouse and Blue Light Lounge. It is a gentleman's club. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm yelling. Okay. This one over here, we got two. This one on the west side of Sedgwick Street is the Quarter Boys Clubhouse, Gentlemen's Club. But this one over here on the east side of Sedgwick, just south of Levi, where he allegedly lured her to, is the Blue Light Lounge. Well, and guess what? When I looked at them, I'm going to go ahead and take it down in case of lagging and stuff. Where am I? There I am. I don't know. I know I'm on a high horse. I know I'm being judgmental. I know. But out in the middle of nowhere, the reason I'm doing that is Sedgwick and Levi. Trees all around. We got the little burial vault place over here. And then we've got a effing lounge and a gentleman's club. They both open at 12 midnight. So, I don't know. Me and my little snarky ass judgmental self wants to wonder if Mr. Isabelle was there before and or after the incident of a double murder of a mother and 2-day-old baby, Mr. Isabelle. All right, darlings, my secondary screen is it's held up well so far. So, darlings, what have you on your minds? Yeah, guilty knowledge. A woman with a newborn has no reason to be in that area. And she told her mom, and I want to know, did Danielle actually go to the hospital that evening for Kennedy to get some sort of a test? If so, was it a paternity test? Well, honey, Kathy, yes, thank you. And that's how I feel as well. However, It's part of being on YouTube. There are those who it's like, oh, and I can get that way. I really can. I can get really effing snarky when it comes to these. I can. In regards to the adults involved or related to, not necessarily like blood related, but that too. But what I mean, like associated with the case, like how, y'all, on in Summer's case. Well, that's not a pine nut. But in Summer's case, why do all of, sorry, why do all of these people get talked about on our channel, on other channels, and whatnot? Well, a couple of reasons. And not necessarily because we consider them to be a suspect. They are associated with the case. And of course, in Summer's case, we know from law enforcement that nobody's been taken off the table. Everybody is still a person of interest, according to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson of Hawkins County, Tennessee. So, but our list, we don't necessarily say all these people are persons of interest, but they're associated with the case. So I want to know more in this case with the Hoyle. Let me put this down. So stand up and preaching. In Kennedy's case, in Danielle's case, who is this guy? Is he got a wife? How many baby mamas has he got? How many other babies has he got? Now, we're not going to talk about the babies because we don't discuss minors on this channel, except the ones that are missing. I do my very best to refer to them as the siblings of, the older sister of, the older brothers of, the baby sister of. I think I have probably said H's full name. I probably have, so I'm not going to claim that I haven't. But H gets mentioned because he's directly associated with Summer's case. So I want to look at your chat, babies, for a few minutes and then get off of here because I did accidentally use up all 20 hours of my free StreamYard. And when it comes to just laid back love chat, which I want to have one this week, one of those where I just put in the title, whatever you want to talk about, we can do that just going straight to YouTube and save my StreamYard for the, more specifics and sharing stuff. Cotton Candy 65. A number of people, in my opinion, have inserted themselves into Summer Moon Utah Wells case. Let's see, Maggie B. Would be interesting to know if baby was jaundice. Well, in her pictures, Maggie B., it would be, of course, here again, we're not or I'm not in any way medical professional, but I do have common street knowledge of what you're referring to. Because of Kennedy's complexion, we can go back and look at pictures, not on this live, but because of her beautiful caramel complexion, honey, just with eyeballs, I don't know if she was jaundiced. Yeah, 2 gentlemen's clubs. What the hell? Yeah. Texas gal. I don't remember. Hi, I'm Susan. Welcome to Lip Lock No More. Yes, just found it live while taking a break. Love the channel. Hello. Well, welcome, Texas Gal. I'm in Heber Springs, Arkansas. And I visited and traveled across your state a great number of times. Did the old Route 66. You know, it winds from Chicago to LA, nearly 2,000 miles all the way. I get your kicks on Route 66. It goes from Missouri, Joplin, Missouri. It goes from St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri. I can't remember now. Hi, Jenna from Texas. But Amarillo is where I was trying to get to on Route 66. Oh, so yes. So Texas Gal and Jetta from Texas, thank you so very much for being here. Carlos, I didn't see you before. Hi, Carlos. You've been here often enough, you know, once my old jaws get to flapping. Well, Karen Avery, thank you for coming over. And thank you all for being interested in this baby and her mother. And thank you for your love, care, and compassion for those who remain behind. Grandma Campbell and Kennedy's 10-year-old sister. So, okay. We need a song. And I have one. Oh, new viewers, Texas Girl, or Texas Gal, I'm sorry, and Jetta from Texas. It seems weird to some people. I think you can tell by now I don't really care what people think. But I close with either a song or a portion of a song or a poem, because we talk about such heavy, dark, deep subjects here on Lip Lock No More, generally speaking, that I don't like to leave the viewers, whether they're on a live or on a rewatch, with such a heavy something that I can't put into words right now. So, hi, April B. I love you so much too, sweetheart. So, anyway, I'm going to, let me see, put up my little, I'm going to put my little thing up here for us to close out with. I do want to take a little extra moment today to give a really sincere, heartfelt thank you to the moderators of Lip Lock No More. We have had the same group with a few additions as the channel has grown since the very first live. If I start naming these beautiful people off, I will surely leave someone out and be so very ashamed later or embarrassed. But y'all know who they are. Some of you don't know who some of the others are, because I have moderators that some live on the other side of the planet. Because once in a great while, I'll get a wild hair and I'll go live in the middle of the night. But every one of these moderators, in my opinion, goes above and beyond. not only to be here when I choose to spontaneously go live unannounced to them. They have families, they have their own lives, they have issues they deal with, some have health issues. But they are faithfully and loyally here for us. They're here for you, viewers. And I do want them to know I truly, truly appreciate everything they do to help build this channel, to help grow this channel, to help promote this channel, to help promote other good channels, and to keep our chat safe and clean. Because many of our viewers and chatters are survivors. And so am I. Okay. So I'm going to do a song and our regular outro. I'm going to get off of here because I need to get focused on this box. Summer Moon Utah Wells and her 3 spiral notebooks. Okay. And planned supper. And so we'll close out with a song today. And y'all know me, when you get old, I've told you, you start losing your range, especially your higher range. So sometimes I'll start out and it's a little too high and I have to transpose down in the middle of a song. Don't embarrass me. I ain't never had a day of stage fright. Do you still get a thrill when you see me coming up the hill? Honey, now do you? Do you? And do you whisper my name just to bring a little comfort to you? Oh, do you? And do you still like the thrill of my body lying next to you? Whoa, oh. Well, I guess what I'm asking is, do you still love me? Or do you lie awake thinking I'm the biggest mistake you ever made? As moderators, oh, do you? And if just by snapping your fingers, you could snap them fingers and make me go away. Honeys, now would you? Do you miss me when I'm gone? Or sometimes wish that I'd stay gone just a little bit longer. Well, I guess what I'm asking is, do ya still love me? Y'all can tell this is to the moderators. Honeys, I sure do. Oh, I still love you. At least I think I do. And these questions I'm asking, Lord, you could ask that of me too. Oh, Lordy, I bet you do. Oh, do you still get a thrill when you see me coming up the hill? Oh, honey, now do ya? Oh, honey, do ya? And do you whisper my name just to bring a little comfort to you? Ooh, baby, now do you? I said, do ya miss me when I'm gonna do you sometimes? Wish that I'd stay gone just a little bit longer. I guess what I'm asking, moderators, is do you still love me? Because I put them through hell, y'all. I do. I would ask you to behave. But why would I waste my breath and your time? Because we all know you're not going to do it. So I want you to have fun, but I sure hope you'll be safe. And don't you ever forget for one moment that I love every single one of you, no matter what. And I'm going to see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. That is, if you choose to tune in broadcast. I love you. Share this video in broadcast.